it's time for the It Can Only Be the Luke Howard Show Live! Thank you very much, thank you! I just love it. I just love the round of applause. I get it 6 days a week because everyone loves me because I'm such a lovely person. I really am. Trust me, I am a very nice person. Very happy, very nice, and that's why I get that round of applause, because I'm very, very nice. Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday the 16th of May, our last show of this week. No! I'm really sad it's the last show of the week, but don't worry, I'm back next week, of course, with another great week, all next week, Monday to Saturday. Yes, I'm here every single week now at these times to keep everyone company. Just a little update, a little reminder about all of this. So I am here 6 days a week now to keep everyone company at this time. So it's today, and then I'm off tomorrow, and then I'm back on Monday. I'll remind everyone at the end of the show, of course, about that. I will remind everyone. So, I've been here for ages, and I love it. And yesterday was our 80th episode, and I only found it out yesterday. Yes, it was our 80th episode yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. I thought, blimey, 80 shows since I first started doing this show is incredible, absolutely amazing. And that's all I can say is, here's to another 80 episodes, and I want to thank everyone for your lovely kindness about it all as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, we've got some great tunes coming up on the show today as well, followed by some great stuff in the papers and some great national days, because today is, when I found out about this, piercing day. I hate piercings. There's a tattoo shop in the town that does piercing and stuff, and every time I walk past there, I go, I can't look in there because it's full of piercings and stuff. I hate piercings. Piercings on your tongues, piercings on your ears, piercings on your face, piercings on your other parts as well, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there about that. I'm not going to go there. Piercings on your other parts. That's what I'm thinking. So, so we can talk about that in a bit. And, so that's what's happening on the show today. It's great to have your company on this fine, glorious, sunny Saturday, I like to call it. Sunny Saturday. It's going to get hot over the next couple of days. And, of course, next week's going to be very hot as well. So stay indoors, of course. Stay at home because of what's going on at the moment. Only go out if you need to. But following the Prime Minister's speech the other day, he said that you can go out whenever you like, so go out as much as you want, but not too much. Just for a walk, or to sit in the sun, or because you can do that now, can't you? So do what you like. It's Saturday, of course, so make yourselves a brew. Look, it's something that I would do. Pop the kettle on, sit down, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the one and the only show, the Luke Howard Show. It's so great to be here every day now, and I love it. I love it. Hard work, but it's great to be here 6 days a week. I love doing it 6 days a week. A lot of hard work, though, but I love doing it. It's amazing. I love every moment of it. And, of course, I love you. I love you, dear listeners out there. And I must say, on Tuesday next week, we are very, very lucky on Tuesday next week, because I've just got a wonderful interview with a great friend of mine, and I must mention him on the show, Piers Bloomfield. I spoke to him on Thursday. He's very, very excited about this interview. I'm going to be interviewing him on Tuesday about everything that's going on at the moment, so we could end up having a debate, because he's very debatable, my good friend Piers Bloomfield. Morning if you're listening, Piers. So the interview's going to be taking place on Tuesday with Piers. So we'll have Piers. So we'll just chat about everything that's in the news and everything, and then he can have his view on it all. So that's what's happening on Thursday. We're very, very lucky there. Very, very lucky. So, so that's what we're doing. Okay, let's crack on now, shall we? Shall we crack on? Let's crack on, because I want to talk about a fury of virus, and it's coping at a blaze. Now, these idiots have been, they've been breaking the rules. There are lots of idiots who've been breaking the rules at the moment. So the police chief, who spent nearly 2 weeks in intensive care battling COVID-19, has slammed the increasingly, blast way. So some people are treating lockdown rules. So Phil Dobley said that he was very dispirited by footage showing people floating guidelines over the weekend last week. This was last weekend, by the way. The 45-year-old from West Midlands officer had tweeted about his fight with coronavirus, describing frightening episodes of breathlessness. Now, this was before he was admitted to hospital on March the 29th and spending 13 days in a ventilator. This was last week. We're talking about last bank holiday weekend now. I know it's quite a way away, but I do want to talk about it. So he's at home now, this person, and he wrote the other day, a month ago I was in a ventilator in a coma. I started to breathe for myself. I am a V distributed by the increasingly blast way PPL, and are treating the lockdown with lack of answers around immunity. My family and I are going to remain shielding, and I can't get through that again. So the post was tweeted more than 2,000 times and promoted hundreds of replies, including one from a nurse who said they were increasing baffled and frustrated and saddened by some people's lax triggers to the virus. So last month, a video of Mr. Dobley saying thank you to staff as he was discharged after 4 weeks at the Royal Worcestershire Hospital, and was liked more than 6,000 times on the West Midlands Police Facebook page. As he left the ward in a wheelchair, he became tearful and said, "You've saved my life and I am going to go back to my family. It's a gift, and I'll never stop thinking of you for you." His comments came as the Metropolitan Police Federation, who represents offices in London, criticised the government's pandemic responses as wishy-washy. He said the public has begun to ignore restrictions and accuse ministers of mixed messages. So spokesman Ken Marsh told BBC Radio 4 that authorities needed to be firmer right from the beginning. He said that had we been very stringent from the off, it is painful, but not overly painful in terms of what you've been asking me to do, and I think we would have a better result now. So let's move on and talk about Rod Stewart now and Chris Evans. Now, so Rod Stewart, he helped raise almost £600,000 for the NHS by auctioning off some of his personal mentors. The singer joined, fellow celebrities in handing over memorabilia, including a signed Celtic top, a Cartler, there's a photo of him collecting his knighthood, and clothes for the fundraiser organised by Chris Evans. The online auction, This was held to raise the money for Sol's Glorious Scrubs, a sewing collective making from surgical PPE for NHS workers during the COVID-19 crisis. Now, one bidder paid £100,000 to attend a lunch hosted by Rod and wife Penny Lancaster. Now, his watch fetched more than 17,000, while the Celtic shirt went on to £6,000. Other popular lots included a meal with former Scotland striker turned TalkSport radio host Alan Brazil, which sold for £23,500. Paul Gascoigne, we know Paul Gascoigne quite well because he used to live around the corner from where my nan and granddad used to live, so they knew Paul Gascoigne quite well. But they haven't seen him for ages because I think he's moved away now. So Paul Gascoigne's Rangers training top £550, and a suit owned by Texas singer Charlon Spiteri, £650. Rod 75 said of the watch, "I brought it when I met Penny on holiday in the south of France. It was a beauty." So there was also a cricket fan. He stumped up £2,600. So a cricket mad 5-year-old has raised thousands of pounds for the NHS by playing 400 overs and 2,000 balls in a 10-day challenge. Now, Anthony Cunlife's life was saved by medics at Warrington Hospital in Cheshire when he fell victim to a previously undiagnosed nut allergy for years ago. He was now raised more than £2,600 by spending 2.5 hours, and this was a day by playing cricket in the garden of a Warrington home. Of his Warrington home. So Ansley Waugh, whose idol is Ben Stokes, said he never gives and I never give in when I try to reach 100 hits a day. His dad, Annual 35, said that they saved his life, so we thought it was time to pay him back. So to donate, you have to go to justgiving.com/fundraising/NSG War/Cumchiro. And that's justgiving.com/fundraising/NSG Do give some to them. Amazing people. 5-year-old, to do that sort of thing is absolutely amazing. So my thoughts go out to him, to this amazing person. So well done. Well done. Right, okay, so let's talk about the Flower Show now. We're going to talk telly, because we're going to talk about the Chelsea Flower Show, and then after that we're going to talk about Keith Lemon, because there's a new programme that he started. Very funny person, we'll go to that in a minute. So the Chelsea Flower Show, this is who's this lady? She presents, her name is Sophie Wade, not Sophie Wayworth, her name is, I can't remember her name now, who presents it. I know exactly. She presents Nikki Chapman. That's her name. Nikki Chapman, who presents Escape to the Country. As we all know, she presents the Chelsea Flower Show. So this is what she said. About the Chelsea Flower Show, I didn't know if I was going to have sight in my right eye, and I lost my power of speech beforehand. My speech is perfect now, and my memory is great. The only thing I struggle with is if there are lots of people in the group talking quite loudly. I also struggle with certain people's voices if they're very high, and it's hard in a restaurant to hear if it's noisy. I can read magazines, but I still don't read many books. I struggle to focus. But hey, if that's all that has changed, then I am a lucky girl. There are loads of people who've had brain tumours who haven't recovered. So coronavirus has affected my treatment. She said, like many patients, my checkup has been cancelled, but I'm sure that I wouldn't have done that if they were worried about me. So I'm going to be seeing them in November during lockdown. She has kept herself busy in her precious garden. The local nursery drop-off plants. The lavender is beautiful, and so for the last few weeks we have put our hearts and soul into it, and the plants look great and gorgeous. She says, happily in between filming and gardening, Nikki has been cooking and exercising. I work out 3 to 4 times a week. I've got a problem with my ankle, but I go for a walk maybe once a week, early morning or evening with Shaki, because I don't want to be bumping into 15 to 20 other people, she says. I do pilots in front of of the TV, and then we get on our Peloton, an exercise bike we treated ourselves to last Christmas. My husband will do this cycle with workout to rock music, and I'll do mine to 80s or 90s pop. I feel so much better now, she said. I'm probably more toned when I was though my weight doesn't fluctuate with much, only by about half a stone. I still wear clothes I wore 20 years ago. Nikki is diverse that Chelsea is cancelled, but it's filled to make with Sophie Wayworth, Joe Swift and Monty Don for the lockdown coverage. Looking back, it makes me realise how far I have come. She says, I overnight we managed to have a socially distanced drink with our neighbours over the wall. I had a glass of rose, and I did think, really, this isn't so bad, and it made me think how lucky I am to be here. So the Chelsea Flower Show has been cancelled this year, so, yeah. But I think they're going to do an online edition of it. I'm sure they are. So Keith Lemon has made a new... let's move on to Keith Lemon now, because he's made a new programme. So Keith Lemon, comedian, very funny person. I love it when he does Through the Keyhole. Brilliant. He claims that he gets cropped by women who think it is acceptable because of his outrageous TV personality. The host of ITV2's Celebrity Juice, real name Lee Francis, said women touching him inappropriately in public and saying naughty things, apparently. No, I don't think that's right. He added, I guess it's part and parcel of what I do. The project is based off Celebrity Juice, and he thinks that they think they're allowed to come up if you're wireless, you're having your dinner, or you're where they shouldn't be, or it's weird because I think it was a lady there, would be a lot of people in trouble because they're manhandling you. He will be showing he presents a programme now called The Evangeline Factory of Curious Craft. It's on Channel 4. It's very good. It's 8 p.m. on Sundays. Sunday at 8 is a good programme, and do watch it. It's very, very good. So another story now. A cyclist aged 16 is that's the telly, by the way. And Britain's Got Talent continues tonight, which is supposed to be very, very good. The auditions are continuing. Some great things on telly tonight. Do watch them. And over the weekend. Absolutely amazing. So a cyclist aged 16 is fighting for his life after a double hit and run. Police believe the critically injured boy was in collision with one vehicle and seconds later was struck by a second travelling close behind. The accident was on Streatham High Road, South London, shortly before 11:20 p.m. on last Friday. That was the 8th of May. Both drivers who are not thought to have known each other failed to stop at the scene. The police and 2 men, both in their 20s, were later arrested separately in an area and questioned. Officers have appealed for witnesses or anyone with dashcam footage. And do let them know, do let the police know if you have seen anything about it. Right, Donald Trump now. So China is ready for a war with US in next 5 years. So the West could witness armed conflict with China within the next 5 years as an increasingly big event. Beijing reacts as a post-coronavirus and would order a leading expert on the country